So hello everyone, this is Parth, your trainer for this particular item training. Okay, so just want to know about a little bit more about myself. I've been having the 8+ year experience in item domain. Like I have like all basic certifications. Along with that, this I'm the expertise and being just a architect level of it. Okay, so just want to know about you people as well. So before we start our journey, could you guys just introduce yourself? So it will be easy for me to like start like on. I just need to set up a base as well. So just want to know from your side as well how much experience you have. If you guys don't have any experience on the service now as well, that is also fine. Just want to know from your side.
Hello, can you audible?
Yeah, you're audible to me.
Yeah, this is Ravi Kumar. I have experience around 18 years in area of testing. It includes manual and automation. I have experience as end user and service now, and I have knowledge on ITSM also. I don't have a real time experience, but I have knowledge in ITSM. So currently working with Wells Fargo. So I'd like to explore more means myself in the area of ITSM and ITOM.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. So,
Good to know that. Okay.
Hi, this is Guru. S- Currently work for Cognizant in ITSM. So just I want to upgrade myself to ITOM. I had 10 years of experience.
Okay. Sai Krishna.
Hey, hi. Good. I don't have any experience on this ITMS. I just joined to, I think this is one of the latest new module, right? So just want to check. It could be helpful to add in my current experience.
Even left out?
Sorry.
Okay, okay. That's fine.
So will that be work for me, or do I need any earlier module experience?
That's fine. That ITOM is something that is you do not require any kind of prerequisite over here. Like you don't even require if you are not good in scripting as well, that is totally fine. So it will be easy for you to work on it. And if you have been as a fresher as well, that is totally fine as well for ServiceNow.
Oh, okay, okay. Got it. So then I can
Like,
learn, right? From this module, I
yes,
can
you can
grasp
learn.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Rakesh?
Yeah, I think he is also new to this
Anyone left
module.
out?
I have forwarded the invite to him.
Okay.
So he don't have any prior experience on this module, similar to me.
Fine. No worries, no worries. Okay. Anyone want to give any their introduction, or we are good to go? Fine. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me know once my screen is visible to you people. Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
I can
visible.
see.
Okay. So see, we are specifically today here. We are talking about the. Let me just start from very basic. Like I know few of people have been very aware of, too much aware of the what is exactly ServiceNow, but I just want to give you a little bit glimpse about it. Okay. So whenever we are talking about here, we are talking about specifically about the ServiceNow. So in ServiceNow, whenever we are talking about ServiceNow, what is happening? So we all people aware of very simple. ServiceNow is what? ServiceNow is basically a cloud. Okay. ServiceNow, it is not something that you need to carry your laptop. You can just carry your laptop and you just need what? You just need the internet connection and the browser. That's simple. You don't need any kind of antivirus software. You don't require any kind of PDI or anything like that. You require the internet and your laptop. You can access that particular instance from anywhere. So that has been very easy, and you can able to work from anywhere. Okay, that's why ServiceNow has become very easy to handle as well. Okay. So generally what happens whenever you're going for the Java, whenever you're going for the Python, if you're doing any specific other domain, so you require the specific setup, you require the specific environment. But here you don't require any specific software because it's a fully cloud domain. It is fully, you are working everything on the cloud side. Okay. So that's the reason it has been very helpful and very useful as well for any person, and any person can able to learn this particular service now very easily as well. So whenever we are talking about ServiceNow, so ServiceNow itself has been divided into multiple domains. Okay, so I think everyone has heard about this name as a ServiceNow. In ServiceNow, we are talking about very common. It is name is ITSM. I believe a lot of people have heard about this particular name, right? ITSM. I hope you people have heard this name, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So in that only, we have one more domain that is known as ITOM. Okay. There is one more domain we have that is known as CSM. So ServiceNow is consisting of multiple domain over here. Okay. So each domain contain a specification of areas where we are focusing on. Okay. There is one more domain that is known as HRSD. Okay. So here, whenever we're talking about ServiceNow, so we are specifically focusing and trying to learn one specific domain, and I'm gonna give you some of the glimpse. In specifically, if I talk about the ITSM, so what do you think? We are specifically focused on one domain. We are talking about the IT service management. So IT service management itself contain their own feasibility. The model itself contain their own data contained. Okay, so if I talk about the item means what? Here in this particular training we are specifically going to focus on the item areas. Item is been, it is all about operation management. If I talk about this ITSM, here in ITSM we are talking about the service management. We are trying to maintain the service. What do you mean by the service generally? Okay, so it is sometime the in ITSM we are talking about the incident, problem, change, all these particular things have been part of what? ITSM. But whenever we are talking about the item domain is specifically we are specifically trying to capture the infrastructure. What do you mean by the infrastructure? Suppose if we are going into a specific company and a whole company was been working on any specific infrastructure like what? A digital like kind of the own operation management. It's kind of routers, switches, like servers. So here we are all basically played with the IPs. Okay. If we have any specific servers which has been up and running, so how do you get to know that thing? How many servers you have in your infrastructures? If you want to see something, how many things, how exactly things are working, how many servers are working. So for that specification, we are working towards we are learning to in everything in the ITOM domain. You're getting my point, everyone?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Similarly, we have one more domain, as I told you, like that is known as CSM. CSM is known as the customer service management. So here we are focusing toward the CSM part, CSM area, like customer, whatever the customer that has been required, what exactly the services that we have been trying to cover in the for the customers. So here we are talking about the customer CSM. So customer service management. Similarly, we have one more model we are talking about that is known as the HRSD. HRSD, it is being all about onboarding, offboarding of any employee. Here we are specifically in this particular model, we are talking about the HR things. how we can onboard, how we can work toward the catalog item, how we can automate the process. So here everything was happening toward the HRSD, in this particular HRSD. Okay, so now our main focus, we are going to specifically going to go into the detail about where we are going to talk about the ITOM area. Okay, so as guys, as I've told you, ITOM, whenever we're talking about the specifically toward the ITOM side, so ITOM itself have a different segregations. ITOM itself consist of so many things in that. Okay, so whenever we are trying to focus toward the ITOM, so it has been also important what exactly we are trying to cover, what exactly we want to see in that. Okay, so now I'll give you one particular quick scenario over here. Suppose you, I think everyone is aware of the cloud domain, right? How many, what are the clouds we have? We have AWS cloud. Everyone is aware of AWS cloud?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we have AWS cloud, we have GCP, we have Azure, we have different cloud domains are there, right? So if suppose I want to understand in cloud domain also what all things, what all the servers I have, what are the services that has been up and running, how I get to know those things, right? If I want to know something, I want to learn ITOM in that scenarios. Okay, I want to learn, suppose in my whole infrastructure, how many IP address are been working, how many uh, servers I have, how many Linux servers I have, how many Windows servers I have, how I get to know those things. So it has been very difficult to maintain like this. So that's the reason ServiceNow has the own module that is consisting, specifically known as the ITOM, IT Operation Management. Okay, this has been very interesting topic and this has been very easy as well, because in this particular domain you don't require any specific like service knowledge. You once you start learning this particular specific domain, you gradually get to know what how I can do all this particular thing. Okay, you do not require, you don't require any specific JavaScript or something. But in this we are not using too much of scripting areas. Okay, it has been very easy and keen as well. Clear, everyone?
Yeah, it is only
Okay.
related to that,
So
infrastructure related to like servers, routers, or else anything like if I'm working in an organization. So in that organization, how many number of laptops, how many like mouses, some extra monitors, that kind of also will be covered in the item.
yes, everything. If you if suppose if I talk to you about what all certifications they have, what all modules they have, what are the, what exactly, once you will understand the whole architecture, like today I'm going to give you, I'm not going to start everything from in the first day itself, I'm just going to give you a glimpse what exactly we going to have in this particular item domain. Okay, it will be very easy for you to understand how you guys can see this particular module. Okay. Okay. So now here, if I'm going to talk to you about the item part, okay. So in this particular item domain, so guys try to understand this particular item domain itself is divided into three major segment. Okay, what do you mean by that? Like suppose if I talk to you about the item domain, this item domain is divided into three part. Okay, what are the three parts we have over here? One thing that is known as, whenever we're talking about the one thing that is very important in ITOM, that is known as the ITOM visibility. Suppose whenever you are going for any specific job as well. Suppose you have learned the ITOM very well, and now what exactly your expectation? Now I want to do the job in ITOM domain. Okay, because ServiceNow always, it is not something say someone say you like, are you aware of ServiceNow? Okay, come, we will give you the job, but they will definitely gonna ask you which specific domain you are aware of, which specific domain you have worked. Suppose you have specifically worked toward the ITOM, so in ITOM also they will gonna ask you what exactly you are aware of. So in ITOM, it has been consisting of three specific parts. Okay, one thing that is known as IT ITOM visibility. Oh, it is not coming. One minute, guys. So in this, there is one thing that is known as coming up in that is known as ITOM visibility. Okay. So ITOM visibility is very, very important. What exactly that we have been covering out in the ITOM visibility? Why it has been considered as the ITOM visibility? First of all, okay, what exactly we have been talking about the ITOM visibility. In this particular ITOM visibility, we are talking about the discovery and the service mapping. Okay, what exactly we have been talking about? Whenever we are talking about the ITOM visibility, let me just put all three name, what all three things we have with us. Okay, one thing that is known as the ITOM visibility. The second thing is known as ITOM health. We're talking about, in this particular domain, we're talking about the ITOM health. Okay, I'll go and tell you what all things come under the ITOM health as well. We have one more domain, one more thing that we have been talking about, that is known as ITOM optimization. Okay. So now it is very, very important to understand what all things have been come under the ITOM visibility. So ITOM visibility is consisting of three major things. Okay. If someone will gonna tell you about what, are you aware of ITOM visibility? So yes, we are aware of ITOM visibility, and we are going to focus, and we are going to check, we are going to learn the ITOM visibility is the main concern for us over here. So in ITOM visibility, what we are going to do, we are going to learn about the discovery. Okay. We are going to learn about discovery. The second thing, we are going to learn about the service map. Okay. So it has been very, very important to understand, if you're trying to learn about discovery means what? What do you, when you have heard this name word discovery, what exactly come in your mind?
New features, what we are going to implement.
Discovery is something, suppose you have something in your infrastructure, you are trying to discover what all things we have with us. Okay, so that is being considered as a discovery. So we are going to learn this particular discovery in very detail, how exactly this discovery was happening for us, how this corner discovery is gonna work out for us. Okay, we are going to learn discovery in very detailed format. How, what are the process, what are the phase we have, what are the credential that has been required. Okay, so in discovery, what all things we have, we are going to learn that particular thing. Okay, apart from that, now we have something that is known as service mapping as well. Service mapping is a kind of infrastructure like top-down discovery, where we have been trying to understand how these particular services are linked to each other. So that is known as service mapping. Okay, so in market, whenever you go for the ITOM, so definitely they will gonna specifically take a person for a specific skill set. Suppose if they will gonna ask you, are you aware of discovery? Are you aware of service mapping? If you are aware of discovery and service mapping, then only they will took the interview. Otherwise, if you will say like I'm not aware of discovery, I'm not aware of service mapping, they won't take the person. So that's why, as I told you, ITOM is been very niche, very, very important. And in this ITOM also, what exactly we have been trying to learn, that is also important. In ITOM, we are going to specifically focus towards the ITOM visibility side. In ITOM visibility, we have a discovery and service mapping plays a very important role. So in market, I'm going with the specific fact as well. So over in this particular market, like I have 8+ year, I have seen like this demand is being very gradually increasing each and every day. If we talk about the ITOM part, like ITOM has been like if you are aware of the ITOM, you are being focused toward the market, you have been ready for the market, and definitely people will gonna grab you for somehow. Okay. Clear? Any questions over here till now?
No.
No.
Okay. So as I told you guys, like whenever we're talking about the ITOM visibility, we are getting about the discovery and service mapping. There is one more thing that is a part of the ITOM visibility that is known as certification management. Okay, generally what happens, certification management is specifically a part of visibility only. Okay, but not all the customers have the certification management. But here I'm just going to give you a glimpse what do you mean by the certification management over here. Certification management is something where we are maintaining the certificates, where we are maintaining if any certificate has been about to expire, so we are being even storing those areas, those things in the certification management workspace. We have a workspace from the ServiceNow which has been coming up as a out of the box. Okay, if it has been not coming up as a out of the box, so we have to install the via plugin as well. Okay, that plugin and everything I'm going to give you a very good detail, like how exactly you can install the plugin, how we can go through that particular thing here today I'm giving you just a glimpse what all things we have in our ITOM part. Okay, now if I'm going to talk to you about the ITOM health, so in ITOM health what all things we have been covering, what exactly that is a part of ITOM health? Any idea, guys?
It is like a condition of the like the servers, laptops, condition of the whatever the peripherals. Is that something like that?
Health of the
See,
business in other way.
See, somewhere you're right. See, what happened whenever we're talking about the health, okay? So, see, in human also, we are looking up for our health in the format of graph and pie chart. Suppose if we are going for the ECG also, so we have coming up in the format of graph only, correct? Right? Something like that. So, see, generally what happened, like here, we are specifically going to target toward the event management. Okay, ITOM health is something how much servers is consuming, like if suppose any service is consuming so much RAM, if it is consuming too much my memories. Okay, so how I'm going to get to know in that particular scenario? So for that we are talking about the event management. We are specifically work toward the what we are talking about here, specifically about the event management. What we are talking about in this, we are talking specifically, we are going to talk about the event management part. So in event management, what exactly we have been getting? We are getting the alerts. We are getting alerts from the different monitoring tool. Okay, here. So in this particular training, what exactly we are going to talk? I'm going to give you a glimpse of it. How exactly this event has been coming up. We are not because this whole ITOM is required a whole setup, guys. Try to understand this thing. It is not something like you're going to come and you're going to write a specific business rule or something like that. It will gonna not like that. Here I'm going to give you a whole setup. Like I'm going to show you everything on the whole setup, how things have been visible to you over there. Okay. First of all, whenever we're talking about the discovery, whenever we're talking about the service mapping, it has been very important to have the IPs. That is a live IP. Then only we'll get to know those things. And I'll gonna help you out as well how you guys can also do that thing. Okay. But in event management, that is not possible. So we are going to specifically get all the glimpse how this will gonna visible to us. Okay. How the events have been coming up. What do you mean by the alerts? How those things have been visible to you people. Okay. So in item health, we are talking about the event management. Now the second thing, we have something that is known as the operational intelligence. Operational intelligence, it is something, it is nothing but it's all about the bar chart and the pie chart, how things will be visible to us. Okay. In this item health. Clear, guys?
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm moving to the next part that is known as the item optimization. So guys, as I told you, what do you mean by the optimization? It is something that we are trying to get data via cloud optimization. Okay, here we are talking about the cloud. Okay, so in this particular cloud item ITOM optimization, here the main thing that is coming up here as a cloud management. Okay. Okay. See, here we are talking about whenever I'm talking about here. Okay. Whenever I'm talking to you about the ITOM optimization, so ITOM optimization, as I told you, we are maintaining the different cloud. Suppose, as I told you right now, suppose your organization has been consisting of AWS as well. Suppose they have AWS, they have Azure, and they have GCP. Okay, what do you mean by Azure? Azure is something AWS cloud. They have some of the instance on the Azure side. Okay, they have some of the things on the Azure side. Azure means Azure is a Microsoft cloud. Okay, they have some of the things on the Azure side, and GCP means Google Cloud. Okay, and on Google Cloud they have something. So guys, it has been very difficult to go on each cloud and see what is happening. So what we have something over here in this particular place, cloud management. We can able to see all three clouds are on here. We can able to see in ServiceNow itself, we have a whole dashboard where we can able to see about all three parameters. If we have something that is coming via AWS, we can able to see how many instances we have, how many, what all things we have, how many storage volumes we have, whatever we have regarding the AWS, we can able to see everything in ServiceNow. If we have did the integration, if we have completed the integration for that. Okay, clear this part?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now what exactly we are talking about? We are talking about the item. Exactly. Okay, but whenever we are talking about the item, guys, we have very important thing that is been whatever data we are going to get. We are going to get data via discovery. We are going to get data via service mapping. So what is happening? We are going to get a data, but we have to store data at some place. Correct? Am I right?
Yes.
So for storing the data, where we are thinking, where we are looking up for. Any idea? Anyone?
So if you have
Hmm.
internal database, you can use internal or else.
Sorry?
So internal database, if you are maintaining for this.
Exactly. So what do you know a database? Suppose now in general language where we always talk about the database. So what kind of database service now have? Do you have any idea, any glimpse? Okay, let me talk to you people. Guys, right now we have seen about like when we have started from ServiceNow, we have seen all the modules. In that, we have took the one module that is ITOM. In ITOM also, we have been getting, it has been divided into three major segments. But now, in this particular, we are been going to get the data, we are been going to get everything. See, okay, but we have something that is known as very important, very important, that is known as CMDB. Anyone heard about this name? CMDB?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So CMDB is very important. That is known as, what do you mean by CMDB first of all? Any idea?
Configuration management database.
Correct. Very good. That is known as configuration management database where we are storing all our CIs. CI means what? It is known as configuration item. It is known as the servers, database, routers, storage, whatever we have, whatever the thing that is we have been trying to store in ServiceNow, everything is been storing in that one place. Which place? That is known as a CMDB. Okay, so I am going to explain you guys about each and everything about the CMDB. CMDB consisting of lot of things, lot of things. See, if you will not learn CMDB, if you're only thinking of learning ITOM, your whole thing is waste. Everything will be gone waste. So it has been very important to understand how CMDB work as well. So in this particular training, we are going to learn very deep down, and we will going to focus and learn about everything about the CMDB. So what all things we have been taking care of, we are going to learn about each and everything in and out about the CMDB as well, how CMDB is working for us. So in CMDB, we have how data is coming, how we need to remove the duplicates. In this, we are going to work toward the CMDB workspace. We are going to talk about the CMDB workspace as well. How we can able to see the data. It has been very important because now I'm going to tell you guys the to maintain the CMDB itself, there is a market job in the market. If you have learned this thing very well, if you have learned CMDB, how you can maintain the data. So you have there are a lot of openings that has been coming up in the market, and they have been trying to say like we want the CMDB expert. We want the CMDB who are been aware of CMDB. Okay, so if you learn this thing very well, so now you have two things in your hand. One is ITOM, one is CMDB. If you know both the skill, that is all, you have a golden chance to get job very easily in the market. Okay. Now I believe you understood this about the what do you mean by the CMDB areas as well. Okay, in CMDB we are going to learn a lot of things, guys. How to maintain the data, how to create a new class, how to create a custom classes, how to if you want to create any new scenarios, if you want to create any new attributes, how we can do. We are going to see this thing over in the CMDB as well. Now I believe everything has been totally fine. Now we are going to specifically going to talk about very important thing. Without that, we cannot able to do anything. Without that, we are not going to do any single thing. That is known as mid server. Anyone heard about the mid server?
Yes.
Right. So if people like, I believe the people who have already in service now have, because they have the mid server has been very common, and I'm going to explain you guys how to install the mid server. Guys, nobody gonna tell you about how to install. They will gonna say like we have a mid service and this is how this will gonna work out. But you in this particular training, we are going to talk about how to install the mid server as well from very scratch on our own instance. Okay. So installing mid server is one of the very good things. Like if you are aware of in and out about the mid server, how mid server work out, how mid server work for us. Okay. Why mid server is very important. Guys, now I'm going to tell you about, if I'm talking about the mid server area, mid server. So what do you mean by the mid server? Mid server is something, it's a kind of bridge between ServiceNow and the, suppose we have a here, we have a ServiceNow. Okay. ServiceNow is here, and here we have a any specific client environment. Okay. here we have a client environment. So ServiceNow will never go and directly talk to the client environment. So we require the bridge. For that particular bridge, we require the mid server. Mid server is a secure channel for us. So with the help of mid server, we have been talking to the any of the customer, because ServiceNow will never go directly and talk to any specific customers and any specific client place facing thing. Okay, for that we are going to learn each and everything how this gonna mid service plays a very important role between as a middleware between ServiceNow and any specific third party. Okay, if you're connecting with any place, like if you're connecting with the any cloud as well, so we require the mid server to get the information of that particular cloud environment. Okay, clear guys here?
Yes.
Yes.
So in this, so I believe I believe you guys understood about the importance of all this particular thing. So let me just give you a quick summarization of over here how and what we have been going to learn in this particular training. First of all, we are going to learn about the item part. Okay, in this item also we are going to learn about the whole visibility, how this visibility will gonna work out for our item visibility. In this particular we are going to talk about the how event management has been worked out. Not we are going to in this particular thing event management, I'm going to tell you about the scenarios, how this will gonna work out, how what are the alerts we have in this. Okay, after that we are going to install the mid server on the cloud environment. Okay, we have one specific, I believe everyone has to just if you have the AWS cloud, that is well and good, like, but we'll gonna try to install one mid server on the cloud environment, and we are going to see how we can capture the data from the cloud side. Okay, after that we are going to learn about the CMDB as well, how CMDB has been very important, what all data we have been getting out in that. After that, and before that, before we start both the things, we are going to talk about the mid servers. Mid servers has been very important. This is the kind of glimpse that we are going to cover in and out about the ITOM training. Okay.
Okay.
Clear guys, this part?
So, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, hi. This is Deepu. So, actually, I have a question here. So, are you going to cover CSDM framework as well?
CSDM framework, we am see CSDM. I can going to explain you about the how CSDM framework we have, but cannot cover in and out about the CSDM because it's a totally different model and it will take so much for us. Okay, but here with the along with the CMDB, I can just add on. I can give you a glimpse how exactly the CSDM we have along with that. Okay, I'll give you the structure, I'll give you the scenario, how exactly the CSDM has been helpful for us over here. But in and out, like if you are expecting, like we can go deep down and we can explain each and everything, that is not possible, like in this area right now. We have a different, totally all together. If you want to specifically learn only CSDM, we have a different training as well. You can join that also.
Okay. It's just a general question. So, are you going to cover IRM and GRC as well in this one?
GRC is governance, like totally different module as well. As I told you, we have ITSM, ITOM, CSM, other thing. Similarly, we have the GRC is also one of the different module in that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anything, guys?
So basically, you are going to cover the item and the CMDB, right?
Correct. ITOM and CMDB.
CMDB means like, we don't, if you are working as a CMDB developer, we don't get a chance to how to create classes and all those things, right? If you want to work as a CMDB developer, you have to maintain the data health score of CMDB. At the same time, you have to put the data in CSDM framework. That that could be the major requirement when you want to become a CMDB developer.
CMDB developer it's a owner of whole data. Okay. So whenever
Okay.
the data that has been coming up in ServiceNow, like he or she need to work toward the class wise as well. Okay. It is not something she's a responsible person for maintaining the data as well. Whatever the data that has been coming up. Okay. So all data,
Yes.
where all data has been coming up, it is coming up in the specific class only, right? So if
Correct.
it is
Mm-hmm.
required, if you require to create a new class, so you have to do that thing as well. It is a part of the CMDB developer only. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but majorly we don't, as a CMDB developer, we don't get a chance to create a class, right? Classes, or it is all mixed of CIs. So we don't get a create any
Yeah.
classes, I believe.
Yeah, like it is all depend on like the organization, like how much they have been relying on it. Like suppose generally creating class, it's a very big thing. Okay,
Yeah.
like how we have been creating, like it has been creating in under which parent, under which child.
Mm.
It is we have to take care of everything in that scenarios. Whatever suppose in CMDB also we have to create any specific fields as well. So you will say like it is not a part of it. It's a very general job to create any specific new field in ServiceNow.
Correct.
Correct,
Correct. Yes.
right? So similarly, whatever the data that has been coming up, it is a part of CMDB developer only to maintain and to hold up the data. See, data coming, see, very simple. Whenever we are getting data into the ServiceNow, we have our multiple sources. Correct. It has been coming
Yes.
via integration, it is coming via discovery, it is coming via service mapping. So how
Mm-hmm.
we are getting a data, it's matter a lot. We need to see that thing, and on that basis we are taking the action. So for that to avoid duplications, we are writing the IRE rule. So we are going to cover each and everything about that. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Mhm. Thank you.
Yeah. So I believe like see, once you start your journey toward the ITOM, like I believe it has been make your life much easier, because if you have been already aware of ServiceNow, or if you're not been aware of ServiceNow as well, if you start your journey toward the ITOM part module, it is right now it has been very important. Like frankly, I'm telling you this thing. Why? Because for any company, if you having the ITOM, so definitely you have an additional advantage with you, that you have been aware of how the data is coming up. CMDB is nowadays CMDB has become very common. Okay, if you are learning any specific module, if you have any module, but major work of CMDB is been a part of ITOM only, because we are getting a lot of data via ITOM, via discovery. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes. So are we, is there any chance for ITAM?
ITAM.
Yes.
We for if you want to learn ITAM, we have a different training that has been also there. Like you can in ITAM we have been covering the ham and SAM. So that's a different module again. ITAM. That is known as the IT asset management.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So particularly, I'm looking for CSDM framework with GRC and IRM. Actually, in my current organization, they are pulling up the data from Archer. They are using GRC, the Archer tool they are using. So I don't have any experience on that. So that's the reason I would like to learn GRC and IRM, and they are putting all the data in CSDM framework in a particular mode. I mean, CSDM
Yeah.
framework means it's like a structured pattern, right? So they are putting the
Correct.
data in a structured pattern. I'm not aware of that. So I thought you're going to cover CMDB along with CSDM framework.
CSDM framework, it's a whole module. Like suppose CSDM framework. If I talk about, suppose we have to go through it toward the from top to down. First, we have to get the foundation data. Then we have been getting the business operations. We are trying to get the business services. So it is a kind of structured format. Okay, but here we are not getting all the data.
Yeah.
CSDM is a whole framework there where we are putting a data in the structured format from top to down. We are not putting anything in the middle of it. But in that particular thing, we have a technical services is a part of one of the CSDM framework. Inside that, we have one of the model that is technical services. So technical services, from where you're getting all the technical services, you're getting from the discovery side. Okay.
Discovery, it is only included in ServiceNow only, right? If you want to get the data from Service Graph connectors and Intune, SCCM, all these things we are getting from multiple sites. So in ServiceNow, we have already inbuilt discovery is there, and that is we don't use that much in my organization. So yeah, if you have any trainers related to this GRC and IRM along with CSDM framework, I would love to join.
Yeah, we will talk. No, I sent my number. Please get in touch with us. We'll talk
Sure.
after. He is the ITOM trainer. He is a specialized
Got
ITOM
it.
trainer.
Yeah, I understood. Thank you.
If anybody having questions, please ask. No career related or no ITOM service now related. So if nothing, we will wind up.
Guys, thank you for joining.
Okay, thank you all for your
Thanks,
joining.
okay. Bye.